Hello everybody, my name is Neil Bruce and I recently graduated an accountancy and finance degree, and during my degree I really developed a massive passion for personal finance and investing. And in an effort to develop my knowledge at university, I turned to different methods of learning such as YouTube. And on YouTube you can find loads of different channels that have great information for you to continue your learning about finance. However, when it comes to the largest channels on YouTube that discuss finance, and the ones that I found myself watching the most, were Graham Stephan and Andrei Jikh. And over the past year I have found myself watching what I would call unhealthy amount of these channels. And this has helped to build upon my already burning desire to learn more about investing and finance. However, there are two massive problems with finance on YouTube, I feel. One of these has to do with the YouTubers themselves, and one of these has to do with the availability of these videos. So the problem to do with the YouTubers themselves, obviously I love watching Graham Stephan and Andrei Jikh. I love watching their content, but the main problem that I find with it is the fact that these guys are millionaires. And obviously that kind of validates what they say. Like, the fact that they have made millions in their lives shows that the advice that they give should be pretty legit. I mean, they've already proven that they can make loads of money. However, it also makes it feel like the type of stuff that they do with their money can't be achieved by the viewer, by the normal people like us. Because obviously if you're watching a Graham Stephan video on how to become a millionaire, you're not a millionaire. Like, you don't have as much money as he does to chuck around and make more and more money. And so this sort of disconnect is kind of a paradox in some ways, in that the more that finance YouTubers get better at making videos and get better at discussing finances, the bigger they become. And therefore, the bigger they become, the more money they will make from YouTube. And obviously, the more money they make, the more wealthy they become, and the less their information can be relatable content. Therefore, the more that the gulf widens and the more the disconnect grows, the more it seems impossible for us to embark on the type of things that they do with their money. And this is no discredit to finance YouTubers in general and the people that I've mentioned in this video. As I've said, I really enjoy their content and they deserve to be where they are. For example, myself, I make finance YouTube videos that kind of apply to someone who is not very well off. However, when I move on to the next stage of my life and hopefully I'm going to be making a bit more money, it's going to be a lot harder to relate to the audience and therefore give good financial advice to someone who isn't me. At the end of the day, there's a reason that financial advice costs money normally, because it should be personalized to you. Realistically, all we're doing on this YouTube platform is giving like tips and advice generally, but what you really need potentially is actually someone to go through your finances, go through your spending and help you through it, rather than just telling you generally what to and what not to do. But the other massive problem with finance YouTube, probably more of a problem than the other one, is the fact that this content is never seen by the right people. For example, the people who don't invest don't know that they are not investing, or they just don't know the power of investing and therefore they're unlikely to search for it. And also the people who don't save money, the people who are spending very frivolously, don't know that that isn't a bad thing to do, if you know what I mean. And the chances that someone who buys a bunch of Balenciaga socks is going to search for how to save money on YouTube is very, very slim. As I've mentioned, to find investing advice on YouTube, you need to have searched for investing advice. If you want to learn how to save money on YouTube, you have to search for how to save money. No one is going to do that if they don't know that that's a thing to do. And without this knowledge, the protagonists that are in the finance videos, when we're talking about, oh, don't spend money on this or this or this, the people who are actually doing that are not going to be watching that video half the time. And as much as some of these videos do get out to the wider audience and do be seen by the people that do need to be seeing this stuff, sometimes it's just completely unlikely that they're going to actually take that stuff on board. So I think that is why it is our duty as people who are in this space and do have knowledge of investing to spread the word and tell people who are your friends and family how to save money, how to invest, because I really think it is so important. Like, we've only got a limited amount of time on this planet at the end of the day, and you don't want to have money problems. In our limited time here, you want to have the least stressful and least horrible time. And if you're constantly spending all your money as soon as you get it, then you're essentially trading your time that you are trading for money just to go on waste. Like, you are literally wasting your time. I also think that saving money is really important in today's society because we need to try and defeat this capitalistic monster. A lot of people only buy these things because they think that that's gonna change their life. Like, as I've mentioned, Balenciaga socks, that's literally just to flex on people. But as soon as you realize that none of that stuff matters, you save so much money, and therefore you're saving so much time that you would normally have to waste on making that money to buy those things. I personally tell everyone I know to do some investing or some research into investing, just to kind of get their head in that sort of space where this is an option and this is something they can do. And as soon as people realize how much they can actually affect their lives in the future, I think it really does help. And as for saving money, I've made loads of videos on saving money on this channel, and it honestly is just such a time saver in life if you start to respect the value of money as value of time. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to slap a like on it and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear any thoughts or feelings you have in the comments below, and I love reading any comments, so make sure you leave one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back on Wednesday or Saturday at 4 p.m. for another video.